Hi, I'm Doug Black. I'm editor-in-chief of Inside HPC. And today at Virtual SC 2020, we're talking with Mike Scriber. He is a senior director at Supermicro. And Mike, it's a pleasure to be with you today.
Yeah, it's great talking to you, Doug. Thank you for this opportunity.
Okay, thanks. So tell us about Supermicro and what you'll be spotlighting, highlighting at the conference this week.
We kind of have two talks, but they're really about three specific projects that we did that were focusing a lot on the COVID-19 situation. We had a Livermore Lab, who we've had a really, really great close relationship with. They came to us and it didn't happen all at once. It was kind of spread out. First, they came to us and said, we have this Ruby project and we really need a high density compute system. It's probably going to be about 26 racks, depending on price and stuff. And we ended up going 26 racks on the Ruby. And then a few weeks later, they're like, oh, we've got this other project we really, really need quickly. And it's called Corona. It's really an expansion of our Corona. And it was almost 1,000 GPU system expansion to expand their capability. And then after that, a couple of weeks later, they came to us and said, oh, we really, really need this large memory system because we have to use these large data sets. And so that one we ended up calling Mammoth. So we're talking about those three systems in particular. Each of those are going to be used for coronavirus research and studying.
Okay. So when you looking at what you'll be really highlighting at the show, tell us who is this really designed for, and what's the unique advantage that Supermicro is providing?
Well, it's definitely designed for Livermore Labs, Department of Energy kind of stuff. The uniqueness is the interesting thing. Each of these products is very, very different. And it's one of the advantages we have at Supermicro is we have such a wide range of products. So, and we're very, very, oh gosh, what's the word? Now I just lost it. We're time to market. That's what I'm trying to say. We're very time to market with our products. So for example, on Ruby was a very high dense system, and they wanted to have liquid cooling for all of the advantages of liquid cooling, but they also really didn't need a high memory, and we're using 165 watt processors. Well, our Twin Pro system is perfect for that solution. We were one of the first companies to come out with a twin system, and we had Big Twin and Fat Twin and Twin Pro. But in this case, we started looking at the analysis of what would be best, and Twin Pro fit that model very well of the size of the processor, the amount of memory, and we had already done a liquid cooling solution for another customer. So it worked out very, very well that we were able to take that system, build it up, completely rack it up, rack test it as a complete system, and then ship it to the customer as a complete system so that they could plug and play, plug it in and have it work. So that was the Ruby project. The Corona project was really interesting too, because they had a system already that had 4 GPUs per node. And that's kind of what they were thinking about. We had a system that had the capability of 8 GPUs per node. And at first they're like, well, we don't need that. We don't need that. But then once we started talking about it and going through the capabilities, they wanted MI50 GPUs. And with the MI50, that was just hitting the market. And we were just finishing up testing on that. So the timing was really perfect. But with that, they realized they could get 8 GPUs per system, which really expanded the capability of the system and allowed them to get to, I think that one ended up being 11 petaflops of capability and fantastic expansion to that system. And then with Mammoth, I'll try to be quick about that. Mammoth was kind of interesting too, because they wanted a large memory system. And usually when you think about a large memory system, you go to like a 4-processor system, because that gives you a lot more memory capability. But the more we thought about it, the more we realized we could take advantage of the AMD 32 DIMMs in an AMD system, a dual socket AMD. And we took advantage of our Ultra system, where we have 32 DIMMs. We could use 64 gigabyte DIMMs to get to that 2 terabytes that they were looking for in each system. This gave them a large memory capability to take those data sets that were pretty large, keep it all in memory, and be able to really significantly increase the amount of compute capability that they could do, and really reduce the amount of time that it takes to do that.
Okay, great stuff. Yeah, we just ran a story about that Mammoth cluster. Really interesting.
I read that this morning.
Pardon me?
I read that article this morning. That was a great article.
Great. Now, looking ahead to 2021, what should we be looking for from Supermicro coming up?
Well, in 2021, we've got some great products coming up. I can't talk too much about them because of NDAs and things like that, but there's next generation processors coming out, both at Intel and AMD. And of course, being cutting edge the way we are at Supermicro, we're taking our full lineup and upgrading it to the next generation of processors, both from Intel and AMD. So that's what we're going to be looking forward to. There's some exciting things coming out in 2021. And unfortunately, we can't talk too much about them because of NDAs and things like that. But as soon as those become available, we'll be announcing those, and there's some really exciting things.
All right. Well, that's great stuff, Mike. Thanks for spending some time with us today, and all the best for a successful show this week.
Thank you, and thank you for this opportunity to talk.